Thank you for checking out my YouTube video. I'm gonna take you on a little drive on Woodward. It's like I think it's the main street in Detroit, but it's one of the main streets in Detroit. It'll take you right to downtown. I'm by Woodward and 8 Mile. And if at the end of this video you like the video, let me know. And you're gonna see a lot of Detroit. You know, like where the people live, and another city, Highland Park. You'll see a lot in this video. And at the end, you'll see downtown. You might see it all the way down. Oh, you won't be able to see it. I was gonna say you can see it in the car from all the way down there, but I don't know if you can see it in the camera. But this is Woodward and 8 Mile. We're going towards 7 Mile. If you're familiar with Detroit, see on the right, there's a cemetery. They used to have the Michigan State Fairgrounds on the left. Like I was saying, this is, in my opinion, the main street in Detroit. It takes you right to Detroit, and then going away from Detroit, it takes you like into Oakland County and Pontiac, if you're familiar with Michigan. And it's a pretty busy street, and they got the cruise going in Oakland County in August, Woodward Dream Cruise. So there's a lot going on in Woodward. West State Fair. I wish I knew a little bit more about the history of Woodward Avenue, but it's been around a long time. It's a major street. And pretty affluent areas on the right side, behind all these bushes. They call it Palmer Woods. It's a really nice neighborhood. I have a video of it on my YouTube if you're interested. Palmer Woods. I don't know if you can see a little bit of downtown in the camera. But it's a nice day, 60 degrees. It's getting ready to be summer out, so a lot of people are very, very happy about that, because if you know Michigan, it gets really cold. And it doesn't get warm here till real late, so a lot of us see the country getting warmer, and we're anticipating, and sometimes we even think it'll never happen, and then it does. And it's a really good time around here in the summertime. This is 7 Mile. See, on the right is just field, and on the left is a few businesses. Nothing really important. This is the west side, Detroit. We'll be getting towards Highland Park in a minute. Highland Park is a interesting city. It's like inside Detroit, so Detroit surrounds Highland Park. And somebody told me at one time that Highland Park was the wealthiest city in the United States of America. And you can kind of see it in some of the houses, and some of the architecture in the houses and the buildings. Unfortunately, times have changed, but there's good and bad everywhere. Where you see that playground billboard, that's the beginning of Highland Park. Like what is it, Deja Vu strip club, something like that I think it's called. They don't serve alcohol in there, so people that are like 18 and up can go in there. But like right across there is Highland Park. And like I was saying, it at one time I guess was one of the wealthiest cities in the United States. And back in the day, Detroit had a lot, and still does to this day, has a lot to do with the auto industry. Some of the plants have closed, but still a lot of the people, even my dad retired from Ford, and even my current job has something to do with Ford. We're suppliers, so the auto industry is really big around here. Go right into Highland Park right now. You might be able to see a nice car on the left. Hopefully it gets ahead of us. We'll get a nice I think it said Rialto, that name of that car is. I'm not too sure. Here's some businesses around here. Cleaners. Okay. I was gonna say, we might be able to see what kind of car this is up ahead. I think it says Rialto or something like that. You can already start to see all the people hanging out. It's a lot of people have a good time in Detroit, even in the wintertime. You know, you don't see a lot of people outside, but you can always find something to do, especially at nighttime. But if you wanted to actually, you know, enjoy Detroit to the fullest, you know, I would come here from, you know, between May and September, and you'll find a lot going on. You know, you pre-plan a little bit and you'll have a good time. Okay, we're gonna see what kind of car this is. It is a Riviera. So that's a nice car. I don't know what they were honking at. But Riviera, I like that color too. Trying to figure out what they were honking at. Some bus traffic, but anyways, we're taking off. Still in Highland Park. Oh, that car's going pretty fast. But yeah, you can see, like on the right, like some of these buildings are abandoned, and but you can see at one time, you know, where you know it was, you know, still up and running, and people were living there, shopping there, and you can see the architecture. You know, it's just too bad that it didn't last. You know, a lot of people have left this area over the years. Detroit's a big city, and you know, it's lost a lot of people. I think we have about 700,000 people in the city right now. But you know, it's a different type of a city because, you know, it's almost like country in a lot of parts of Detroit. You know, you can get, you know, a pretty decent house, get a little bit of land. It's not like, you know, where it's all packed. You know, you get a little bit of land and people are starting to buy, and, you know, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, I believe Detroit's gonna be even better. There's still some problems in some areas, but, you know, it's 2023, and I'm sure if you've watched the news, every major city has a lot of crime, you know, and usually high amount, you know, after the pandemic. So everywhere's got its good and bad. We're gonna get out of Highland Park in a second and get back into Detroit. Like towards the end of the video, because I'll end up in downtown, you'll get to see some of the bigger buildings. And let's see, now we're going to leave Highland Park, get into Detroit. If you can see on the right, on the light pole right there, welcome to Detroit. Wow, they're stopped. Up here towards the right is a really nice part of Detroit, Boston Edison District. They got really beautiful houses there, mansions, a lot of them are. The most expensive house in Detroit was sold down there. Can't remember the exact price. I think it was $3.5 million though for that house. And it's a beautiful house. Boston Street right there. So to the right it would all be. And we're not really far from downtown, maybe 10 minutes. It'll start to get a lot more busier as we go closer to downtown. We'll go through Midtown first. And you can see a lot of people starting to hang out because it's warm. $3.29 for a gallon of gas. Claremont Street. Take a step right here. Hazelwood. Kind of see the big buildings. I think you can see them in the camera. It's a nice day to be outside though, and a nice day to be doing this too. You don't want to be doing YouTube videos in rainy weather. Like to the right would be what they call New Center area. They have the Fisher Building, Fisher Theater. And, people live there. Really nice area. You see some of the leaves starting to come on the trees. You'll see on the left up here, they call it the Q line, but it runs along Woodward, and you can take it like from here. It begins. If you can see on the left, it's red and white. It starts from here and it goes all the way to downtown Detroit. But people can use that. Last time I was on it, it was free, but it was during the pandemic. So I don't know if they charge. If they do, it's just not that much. But it'll take you all the way to downtown and back. And it's really nice to ride on. I'm actually glad I got to get that in this video. That's like the best thing about this road right here. It makes it easier for the people to travel up and down Woodward, and then you have Wayne State University nearby. Alright, we're gonna keep going. This is West Grand Boulevard. If you're interested in other parts of Detroit, feel free to check out some of my other videos. This is Midtown. I'm gonna go underneath. Amtrak station. Like if you're gonna use the Amtrak, it will drop you off right around here. See the W on the light pole? That's for Wayne State University. And you can see, I think you can see on the left, there's the stops for that Q line that I was just talking about. Right under us is I-94, the interstate. You can see that big building with that antenna, Wayne State University. That's the radio station. So you have all the university area. You can see another one of those Q lines on the right, the red and white. You can see a stop. Guy had like 6 pizzas. Maybe they were just the boxes. Historical Museum on the right, and library, and then on the left you have the Detroit Institute of Arts. We're gonna see that purple car up there. What is this? Warren? West Warren. worst. It's like the medical area. They got the hospital on the left. You won't be able to see it, but you know, you get a lot of people come to, actually Michigan in general. A lot of people come to this state, not just Detroit, Ann Arbor, you know, for the education. We have some really good schools, you know, here in the state of Michigan. But around here is like where the medical center is, and you know, a lot of the medical students live. I remember when I was doing Lyft, I actually dropped off a up and coming doctor down here, all the way from Asia to Detroit to study to be a doctor. You know, and that was, I remember he was telling me the story. I don't remember too much about it, but I remember it being a good story. You can see the big buildings up ahead. Well, let's end this video in a little bit. I have other videos too of downtown Detroit. Feel free to check them out. Other videos of Michigan as well. See, around here they've built it up a lot. You know, they got a Whole Foods around here and theater on the right. Fisher Music Theater. I went in there a long time ago. It was nice. It's a nice place. California. On the right, you might see that car again. Yeah, I really like that car. I like the color. But this whole area is safe right around where I'm at right now. Like I was saying, a lot of the college students live around here. A lot of people, everybody lives around here, you know. But you got to be careful wherever you go at night. But you know, in general, it's not like dangerous around here, you know, like we're at, you know, it's not like, you know, some areas. Martin Luther King Jr., that's the name of this street right here. Probably got another 2 minutes. Restaurants, condos, bars, more restaurants, good ones too. Detroit's got really good restaurants, really good bars. Up here on the right is where the Red Wings and the Pistons play. Wish they would have made it into the finals. I kind of see it on the right. So let me know what you think in the comments below. This is Woodward. I have videos of downtown Detroit on my page. I have to be careful because a lot of traffic and police. Alright, thank you for checking out my video, and let me know what you think of Woodward Avenue. Take care.